MakeAScene.org brings you why most indie artists are underpaid data workers. All right, let's just get right into it. Every single artist out there knows this feeling, right? You just finish a track. The mix is killer, the master's bouncing. You get that one perfect, brief moment of pure creative joy. And then, boom, you open the upload screen. And just like that, you're not an artist anymore. Nope, you're a data entry clerk. You're typing the title, then you're retyping it because you forgot the weird parentheses. You're pasting in credits to some form that looks like it was made back in 2009. You're guessing at genres, hunting down those ISRC codes, the digital fingerprints for your music. And that's not even the end of it. Then it's off to social media, cutting up clips for TikTok, posting on Instagram, trying to answer every single DM, all while you're supposed to be authentic. Let's be real, this isn't just marketing. This is straight up labor. So what's really going on here? You're actually working two totally different jobs. You've got job one, the art. That's the stuff you love, right? The writing, the performing. But then there's job two, the data labor. All that tedious but, essential work that makes the whole music industry machine run. And here's the kicker. The system mostly pays you for job one, but it profits big time from job two. And according to MakeAScene.org, all this work you're putting in, it creates value on three different levels. So first, obviously, there's the art, the song itself. Second, you're creating attention, you're creating engagement. And guess what? That's super valuable data for the platforms. And third, you're making all that metadata. Yeah, the boring stuff. That's literally the plumbing that routes the money through the entire system. And all of this, it leads us to this really crucial diagnosis for why so many of us feel completely burnt out. The term for it is an underpaid data worker. And listen, that's not meant to be an insult. It's just a dead-on description of the job you're doing. You're performing the labor that fills up and cleans out these huge databases, but you don't own the system and you don't own the relationships you build inside of it. So the whole system is basically designed to capture value in a way that doesn't really flow back to you. And the reason for that is actually pretty simple. When you're an artist building your career on these platforms, you're not building your own house. You're building a beautiful house on someone else's land. It's rented space. Think about it. We're all told, go build your audience on these huge platforms. And don't get me wrong, they are incredible for discovery. But at the end of the day, it's all rented space. You do not own the relationship with your fans there. The platform does, period. And this is such a brilliant way to see the difference. A platform follower, that's just the connection that lives inside that platform's walls. Your ability to talk to them is completely at the mercy of the algorithm. But a direct fan, now that's different. That's someone you can reach out to directly whenever you want through something you actually control, like your email list. And that right there is the difference between having a viral moment and building a sustainable career. Okay, so this lack of control, it's not just a philosophical problem. It has real, documented financial consequences. And to really get a handle on the scale of this thing, we need to talk about the hidden cost of all this messy data. You see, the entire US music royalty system basically runs on one thing: matching data to the right people. There's this group called the Mechanical Licensing Collective, or the MLC, and their whole job is to figure out who owns what song so they can pay them the royalties. So what do you think happens when all that data you're entering is messy, or maybe even incomplete? And this isn't some theoretical number I'm about to show you. This is the actual receipt. The MLC themselves announced they had collected, get this, over $424 million in historical unmatched royalties from digital services. Just let that sink in. That number, that's real money from real music that just couldn't find its way home to the right people, all because the data didn't match up. This is literally the dollar value of all that boring data entry we were talking about. It's all collected in this giant pot of money that is just incredibly difficult for an independent artist to ever get their fair share of. Okay, so that's the problem. And yeah, it's huge, it's systemic, and it can feel pretty overwhelming. But here's the good news. There is a solution. And it all starts with a really fundamental shift in your thinking, a shift in where you decide to build your home base. Honestly, the single most powerful move you can make is to build a direct line to your fans, one that no algorithm, no platform change can ever take away from you. And this means creating what we call an owned ecosystem. It has a few core parts. Your own website, which is your home base. Your email list, that's your direct line. Your own store, that's your commerce engine. And maybe even a membership for your most dedicated community. And look, This isn't just some abstract theory. These are real, actual tools you can use. For every piece of this puzzle, there are options out there that put you in control. So your home base, maybe it's built on something like WordPress. That gives you true ownership. Your store, say with WooCommerce, means you actually own all your customer data. And that email list, that's your direct line, managed in a space that you own, not when you're just renting. So once you have that home base set up, your entire strategy for how you use those big platforms, it just completely changes. You stop trying to live there. Instead, they become something else. Your goal isn't just to rack up followers on social media anymore. No. The real goal is to invite strangers you meet on those platforms into your world. So think of Spotify and TikTok as the very top of your funnel. They're like giant billboards where people can discover you. Your job then is to build a bridge. Offer them something valuable, like a free track or a discount, in exchange for their email address. And then you bring them home, into your ecosystem. And this strategy, this is what connects directly to the actual money that lets you keep making music. When you own the email list, you know exactly which cities you should tour. You own your entire merch customer history. You can sell cool, high-value bundles directly to people you know are interested. And you can build stable, recurring income with memberships. That is how you build a real, sustainable, middle-class career as a musician today. But to put all this into practice, it really requires a total shift in how you measure success. It's about changing your mindset from thinking like a worker to thinking like an owner. Look, the platforms have trained us all to chase visibility. We get obsessed with followers, streams, likes, you know the drill. But here's the hard truth. Visibility doesn't pay the bills, relationships do. So the new metric, the only one that really matters, isn't how many people saw me, it's how many people can I actually reach directly, right now? When you start building your career this way, you finally stop living at the mercy of the algorithm wither, and you start building something that can actually last. And as makingascene.org puts it so perfectly, the moment you can reach your fans directly, you stop being underpaid labor inside someone else's data factory. You become the owner of your own. Because at the end of the day, you are the value factory. You make the music, you create the attention, you input the data. It is absolutely time to build a system where all of that value flows back to you and not just to the platforms. Make sure you check out the other great articles and resources on makingascene.org, the place the indie artist goes to build the new music industry.